emptiness. It's something we all experience at some point, whether it's a result of something awful happening, life gradually grinding us down, or just for no explainable reason. It comes to us all, and Thorfinn is no exception, but he finds a way out of it. He is a completely different person by the end of the series, and by the end of this video, you will be too. We're first introduced to Thorfinn at the end of episode 1, and this is not the same man we saw in the first season. That seemingly endless anger he once had is no longer there. Instead, a dull, lifeless pair of eyes greets his new co-worker, Einar, who also just lost everything and couldn't see a ray of hope himself. It is a completely new Thorfinn, and he is a broken man, or at least so it seems. He's convinced he has no reason to go on, no hope left. He doesn't care about anything anymore, and in one of the most heartbreaking scenes I've ever seen, he announces, "Nothing good has ever happened in my life." And I honestly remember feeling that way at several points in my life, but here's the thing. It's not that Thorfinn has no hope, it's that he's never tried to create it. Like so many of us, he's either waiting for it to reach out to him or has given up on it ever doing so. And it's honestly kind of understandable, I remember that feeling of, it feels like for 15, 20 years, things have just never really gone my way. There's no hope for me to X, Y, or Z, but here's the thing. It's always there. Always. And Snake, who I imagine has gone through this when he was forced to flee his royal guard position, very quickly proves Thorfinn wrong, because as Snake swings at him, Thorfinn dodges. Why? If there was truly nothing left for him, why would he dodge? Because it's always there. Our bodies are much, much smarter than our brains. Whilst our brains are worrying about, what if this happens? Remember when this happened? I'm too this, I'm too that. Whilst our brains are thinking, worrying, waiting, our bodies can just look at a situation and process it all 1,000 times quicker. They just move. They create the way out. But for a man like Thorfinn, or perhaps you watching this, who feels so empty, how do you even begin to go about doing that? Because often we know just sitting there in self-pity isn't what's best for us. We know there's a long list of things we could and probably should do, but somehow it feels like there isn't anything. So where is the road out of this feeling? When we feel like everything's been drained for us, leaving us empty and hollow, what are we supposed to do? Well, episode 8 has one of the most beautiful quotes I've ever heard. One that suddenly makes it all seem so simple, yet so beautiful. If you're empty, then you can fit anything inside you. You can start learning things one at a time. It doesn't matter what it is or how uninterested in it you might be. Because have you ever noticed how the things you think you're not interested in, you don't actually know much about them? You think Thorfinn had any interest in farming up until Einar started teaching him. Yet, as soon as he started learning about it, he loved it. Just pick something and start learning about it. Watch some videos on it, listen to people talk about it. Soon enough, you'll be interested in it, and then it will become your hope. And what it ends up being doesn't matter. How important it is doesn't matter. How unrealistic it is doesn't matter. It is the simple act of trying to create hope that becomes the hope itself. For Einar, it was the farm. Before that, it was Arnid. And we saw how much she perked up when he saw her, even though, truthfully, this was a pretty unrealistic goal. I mean, I love this guy, but a man simply does not have the riz. But the mere presence of this hope to work towards, coming from both the duo's farm and from her, changed how he was instantly. But what about Thorfinn? It goes back to what I was saying at the start, where he's in the same situation you're probably in, even though you don't realize it. You both can decide to do just about anything you want, yet it doesn't feel like there's anything to do. Einar actually got extremely lucky. His hope just kind of showed up in front of him, but for most people, including Thorfinn and you, that's just not going to happen. Or at the very least, it's going to take a long, long time. Remember, Thorfinn was a slave for a long time before Einar joined. About 1.5 years, I believe, but he could have just as easily been waiting a decade or longer. And so I think he realizes actually that after spending a decade running along with Askeladd, he can just choose what he's going to do. He spent so long waiting each time, waiting for the next fight of Askeladd, waiting for that timing to finally win, waiting for his misery to end, and it never really did. So this time he's not going to wait, and he comes up with the craziest, most unrealistic, truthfully, flat out impossible dream to end slavery and war. But it didn't matter how realistic it was. In that moment where he decided on something to aim for, he created hope and took his next step a very different man. No longer empty, and we immediately see the difference in the following episode. All you have to do is pick something. In my experience, I had this awful empty feeling for reasons you'll be aware of if you watch my early videos. And for me, it was this channel. I created this channel on December 23rd, and as you've heard me say in my other videos, set myself a subscriber goal. And it was completely unrealistic at the time. The channel I made before got 60, 65 subs in 2 years, but it didn't matter because it was something to aim towards. And again, I didn't know anything about making a YouTube channel. My subscriber count on my past channel kind of proves that. I just sort of had an interest in it and went for it. And it was such a lifesaver for me because it gave me something to aim towards. In a similar way to finding a true battle, as I mentioned in my previous Vinland Saga video. Now, there's 2 important details I want to talk about regarding all of this though. Firstly, that if you're a lot like me and you're very conscious of how you're feeling and you do a lot of things to try and improve your baseline or your average, bear in mind that you are always just naturally going to have these short phases where you still don't feel great. And it's frustrating because you think, well, I'm doing all of this. Why do I feel, this way? But it still just happens sometimes for no real reason. And when that does happen, before you start worrying and thinking, well, what am I doing wrong? Just give it a little while to see if it passes. If it's been more than sort of 2 or 3 weeks, then it's time to start thinking about making some changes. But it's important to realize that sometimes that feeling will just come to you and you need to learn when to simply allow it to pass. This is something I still struggle with sometimes. Well, in fact, a lot, but it's very important to at least be aware of it because otherwise, in desperation not to feel that way, you can start doing things very unbeneficial to you. So don't jump straight into overanalyzing, oh God, what am I doing wrong? Something's wrong with me. Every time you feel a bit off because no matter what you do, it's going to happen from time to time. Now, the second point is this feeling of emptiness can and often will come after a big event, bad or good. So remember how lost Thorfinn and Einar felt, both after becoming a slave and after gaining their freedom. They spent years working for this, all the struggles, the setbacks, the humiliation. Yet when they finally got it, it was just, oh, okay, I actually don't know what to do now. Ketil was surprised at their lack of celebration, but truthfully, I wasn't. I've gone through this several times, especially when something required a ton of work. Exams being the first thing that springs to mind. Even when it's gone well and you got what you were hoping for, there's still that feeling of emptiness afterwards. Now, unfortunately, I think that's just the way we are wired as humans. You finally achieve something big and then after a few days it's like, oh, okay. Now, I found this can be offset somewhat by practicing gratitude and really appreciating what you've achieved, but I think we'll still always have this. So I just wanted to add in this last part to say, it's completely normal if you're going through what I've just described and you're thinking to yourself, oh, but I just achieved this great thing. Why don't I feel, brilliant? If the excitement didn't last as long as you're expecting, there's nothing wrong with you. It's a completely normal thing. And soon enough, you'll be looking for your next thing to start working towards because, once again, there's always something. This world is genuinely endless. This video was more of a follow-on to the previous 2 than a standalone video, so go watch those if you haven't already. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon for the next one.